As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Erusia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned, and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army.
With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power.
HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatched from the Osean army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting.
I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense.
With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Arusea will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Arusea's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there.
Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Ocean Long Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oceans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire. War is something I'll never get used to, but tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets. Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich.
Door warning. Door warning. Caution, caution.
Okay, I'm right behind him.
Caution. Hold up.
Tank destroyed.
It is not machines that make the decisions in war. It's people. Understand that.
Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you.
Understood.
Anyone who wants on the radio? We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal. Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route. Strider 1, target acquired.
My engine bridges. Where did it come from? I'm surrounded by nothing but friendly. No, the attack was an unintentional mistake.
It's Erusian.
They aren't responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were successful yesterday. They've opened up a path for us. The more the merrier.
Strider 1, AAV gun destroyed. ID'd as Ocean forces. This is AWACS for the LRSSG.
Our info has been updated.
Caution. Hold up.
You guys have opened the war, leading our country further into ruin. Wonderful, so be it!
Caution. Hold up.
The General's vehicle is under attack.
There's a vehicle blocking the road. No response to hails. It's the radicals. There's Lamar! I'm hit! Get this guy off my back! Which faction is the head of our organization? We need to know at once. That was a close one.
We have to remain vigilant.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
All right.
The use of drones makes war more palatable. Why don't people realize this?
There's a strict curfew, but people gather at bars and other places to learn what's going on.
Here's a message to all of you fighting out there. Ask yourselves, what is best for our country?
Caution. Hold up.
Missile away, bon voyage.
unknown on our route. We can't proceed. Wait. General managed to convince them.
Listen, those that protect General LaFarge are the real patriots. Onward!
There's a vehicle up ahead. Think it's gonna ask us to pay a toll? Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
We'll go. Let's go.
We archived all the footage that we've shot when the communication networks come back online.
We need to remind everyone that there's no such thing as a clean war.
It's Erusian military. Signs of the clean warfare at the beginning of this run are now gone.
It's no good. There's still a car on the road. Just to be safe, we better avoid the highway and head for the warehouse district. Lancaster, we're taking a detour. Don't lose us.
Strider 1, the General's route has changed. Keep your eyes on his vehicle. Don't let him out of your sight.
This is a wide net they've cast. They really don't want the war to end, do they? The bar's in that vehicle!
They've been set up in all the right places.
Locked on.
Clear the ruin for our cables. At what point is there a living? It's best that you leave this country.
We have some enemies coming up behind us. They're gaining on us. We changed our route, but the enemy's still on us. Strider 1, watch your tail.
Chaff and flares are running low. Target destroyed.
Fighting with drones is what got us into this mess. Locked on hostile.
Punch 2.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Turn right. No, wait. That goes into the ocean. I can't shake the enemies on my tail.
Locked on. You're mine.
Maintain speed. Be able to break through that shutter. General, do you mind keeping it down for a minute? You'll bite your tongue.
Strider 1, locked on target.
Trigger has destroyed the target. We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Gruder Park. Captain Carl, do you have the means to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the radicals, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belgians. When they actually went to war, the performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belgian technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian Flight Test Center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI, but to us it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. Those of you listening in, am I wrong? We're heading towards Gruner Park. Rendezvous point is the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
Break!
There are rumors of a military Locked on target.
How are we supposed to tell the difference? There are enemies everywhere.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you. Strider 1 is hit in the clouds.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 19er Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Oh yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe?
Fire with the Ocean aircraft. General's orders.
Our capital's fall has led to another power struggle within the Erusian military.
It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for it.
We're taking fire! Take care of them! We're under attack! Hurry up and do something! Get them before they get us!
Damn it! We're outnumbered. There were too many conservatives in the Air Force that hated the truth.
I didn't think we were gonna make it, but you saved us. Thanks. We've almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood.
System failures caused friendly fire incidents among Ocean forces. There are even rumors of enemy units turning out for allies. Regional forces in the center, south, and east struggle over stabilization of the nation. The Erusian government has defined these groups, along with those trying to independently make peace with Ocean, as rebels.
Now open this guy up.
Missile closing! Break! Break!
ID is Erusian military.
The talks.
AA gun confirmed destroyed.
Even in a time of war, it was a mistake to create something like a fuel unit.
So,
Enemy's got a lock.
Strider 1, missile away.
we're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more to Belkin technology than just UAVs. Taking IFF designations for one was an astonishing feat. Used it to make drones that resembled Ocean fighters. And then to assassinate Harley and put the blame on enemy fighters. But in the end, Belkin technology only brought chaos to the world.
I can't believe Erusia is responsible for Harley's assassination.
You talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger? Strider 1, hostile, there's a lock. Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. Thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
Chaff and flares are completed.
Roger. Cease fire for the next half hour. Then we'll take back the city from the scoundrels who call us rebels. How'd you last, Longcaster? We've been briefed and we're here to help. If they don't respond, shoot them down.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Target acquired.
Take out Eddie in autonomous mode.
Critical escort objective destroyed. Mission failed.
Missile.
Abort mission.
You heard the call.
Bad
There are
news.
no friendlies out there.
Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
Missile.
General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Missile away.
We're taking heavy fire. Concentrate your fire on the combat vehicle.
Missile.
We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for better timing.
Missile.
How'd you last, Longcaster? We've been briefed and we're here to help.
We've reached the industrial zone. This should be the new rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
Officers from countries annexed by Erusia have taken multiple groups and declared independence.
Glad we waited. Don't worry, we won't let anybody through after you. Half hour.
Almost at the rendezvous. Clear to the others. Understood.
The radicals truly believe boosted drone productions will make up for the losses. They should be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. All goes well, we should be able to sign a truce with Osia quickly. We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper, too.
Who can we turn to in this darkest hour? We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Erusia News Network.
Okay, let's go. Getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. This should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No. Unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft my grandfather told me about. Some of the scratches.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with Belkin technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait. Unknown's attacking the girl's plane.
Alma, hold on tight.
Longcaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
It could be Osean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit.
That's all we can do. Don't miss.
Aim carefully.
9. No good. Target lost. Shit.
They're in my way.
Enemy missile inbound. It's evading.
Bandit destroyed. Well done.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Nice kill.
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
The escort fighter is... The drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Lancaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, Ocean craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
We did what we could. Weapons free. You are cleared to attack the escort.
Wilco. Understood.
Wilco.
We can abort the MQ-99's launch. Our commands are overridden. They must be accessing it remotely. Which unit is behind this?
Hey, it's not our fault they won't listen to reason. Why build something like that? Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
Bandit splash.
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Son of a bitch.
Head this way.
Escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain more allies. Clever.
Behind the enemy. Hostile has a lock.
Locked on.
In gun range.
Enemy on your back.
I'm on my target's tail.
Strider 1, Fox 2. Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Behind my target. Strider 1, target eliminated. Strider 3, launching missile. Enemy on your back.
In gun range. Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Locked on bandit.
Watch your chaff and flare supply. 5 bandits remaining.
Damn it. They don't have the drive they need.
I'm on my target's tail.
Have to be fully functional.
4 bandits left.
There has to be a time when it should not function. But when?
Missile launched.
I'm on my target's tail.
3 bandits to go.
Missile. 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 Missile.
2 bandits left. Show them what you got. Behind the enemy.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
1 bandit to go.
Strider 1, that's what I like to see.
Another story to tell my boy. Understood. All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. The General's helicopter is flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
All hostiles, huh?
General, the Ocean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Ocean aircraft.
Losing his army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders.
The VIP.
It should be a piece of cake.
Were you sent by the General's staff? No, we'd like you to send someone. I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Lancaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of...
In order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too, once our planes are ready. Oh, and Labarth is dead.
What did you say?
Apparently, he was shot down by another Ocean aircraft after he left the area of operations. I mean, I know it was chaos, but still. At any rate, the sealed order operation has come to a close. We have no idea about a plan for going forward.
All we can do for now is watch our own backs.
What's up with the commander?
He's staying in his room. He's still alive, since we can hear him crying.
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Ocean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Ocean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guard's dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there is no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works!
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
"You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness."
Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Forbanti, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer. At this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians, so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Osean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
So much at stake, I can't imagine Erusia just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad.
Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too.
With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want to do.
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces.
I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs. They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. And what? Abandon Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own. Please, we need help!
Wagtail is on the Ocean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Longcaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger. ID complete.
It's a big maze. Their artillery fire just missed us off our starboard side.
Unknown successfully identified.
Target acquired.
Our air support is here.
Strider 1, APC destroyed. Update us on Tyler Island.
Couldn't be worse. Our forces are scattered and on the run.
They're on the run?
We were waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety. Thank God! Friendly bird!
Target
Do me a favor, Longcaster. Many of our allies are cut off. We need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area.
Missile.
Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
There's more over here. The bodies against civilians. I don't think we were part of the fight. With that, we're all lined up.
Launched.
No, they are not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes.
Strider 1, target
I
destroyed.
can guess what happened here. We really don't want to. There's no sign of letting up. Damn those Russian bastards. It's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence.
Missile.
They're Erusian. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here?
Watch it. Enemy has a lock
It's
on
all
you.
crazy people.
Missile.
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship is a munitions depot. It's highly combustible.
Please have the photograph. We'll head back to HQ soon. Just give us another 30 minutes. We indicated we want to release these children in a proper burial.
Caution. Pull up. Missile.
Hold them at bay until Operation Feeding Time. Put them away from the mass driver.
Artillery fire sent a number on my hearing.
Target is in machine gun range.
You're with us. You can see the enemy APC from there. Calling friendly birds. Take out the hostiles in our area. Get us out of this hellhole. We need help while we're still up and running.
Can we track the enemy and strike them from behind?
3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Our last vehicle is destroyed. Let's get out of here.
We're outnumbered. Let's get moving. Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point. I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly. I count 12 dead bodies here. Upper middle class. Spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their family. Most likely, they were involved with Delta.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Ambush! Stay calm! Reform the ranks! It's fine if we take a little damage. We need to finish this fight now.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
I hope the rebels in Ocean will end up working each other out. government forces. Don't mistake them for rebels.
It's in machine gun range.
Our guys even took out the enemy's air support. What do we do now?
Missile.
Send in the tanks!
Missile.
Allied retreat looks good.
Missile.
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Shit, it's 3 strikes. We're sitting ducks out here.
Target acquired.
Push them back! Fire! Fire at will! We need more ammo!
Missile. Missile.
If you lose your legs, then crawl. You can surrender when you lose your hands.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, we've identified the unknown targets. It's the Osean military.
Don't they know they're on the same side?
We're firing at each other!
Missile.
This is AWACS Longcaster.
Missile.
We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire! Confirmed. The info is from Allied AWACS. Hold your fire! Roger. But what are we supposed to believe? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out.
An explosion inside! Check the countdown. Supply ship. Do the countdown! There's still one arsenal bird left. Destroy the bombs that are still have a fighting chance. Use cameras to track the supply ships. Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. If you hit, we're done for.
Hostile control destroyed.
Get in the landing craft! Many thanks, Longcaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
Help me! Gather all the wounded together. Thanks, but will we make it in time?
A landing ship is waiting for you.
Right, we leave the wounded. This will guarantee us a one-way ticket to hell. Pretty sure we're there already.
Missile. Missile.
Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
Strider 1 was shot down.
Let's help retreating Osean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Missile.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
There's more over here. The bodies of dead civilians. I don't think we're part of the fight. Dad, we're all lined up. No, they are not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here, but I really don't want to think about it.
Missile.
That was Russian bastard.
Missile.
He's a blatant war crime.
Missile.
Take photos for evidence.
Missile. Caution. Pull up.
Three strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Our last vehicle has been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly!
Destruction! Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here?
It's all crazy people.
Go with us! Can you see the enemy APC from there?
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship is a munitions depot. It's highly combustible.
I just got the photograph. Send that to me. Give us another 30 minutes.
Missile.
The men say they want to release the children in proper area.
Careful lock on you.
Caution. Pull up.
Don't pursue too deep. We just need to buy some time. Open the bay until operation feeding time. Pull them away from the mass driver.
Our guys even got the enemy's air support. What do we do now? Send in the tanks!
Missile.
Allied retreat looks good.
Missile.
I got 12 dead bodies here. The upper middle class. Reports nearby so they could be researching them with family. Most likely, they were involved with Delta.
Missile. Missile.
They did it! We're moving out! Leave the jet behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly. Get out of here, hurry! You let them through, we're as good as dead!
I'm on my target's tail.
Attack missed. Confirming Strider 1 destroyed target.
Strider 1, APC destroyed.
Get in the landing craft! Many thanks, Longcaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die. Push them back!
I shut down Strider 1.
Let's help retreating Osean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
There's more over here. Bodies can get together. I don't think we're part of the fight. Look at that, they're all lined up. No, they are not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here. I really don't want to think about it. Damn, those Erusian bastards. It's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence. Calling friendly birds. Take out the hostiles in our area. Get us out of this hellhole. We need help while we're still up and running. Get out there and do something. 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Our last vehicle has been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving. Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point. I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly.
Confirming Strider 1 destroyed target.
I just got the photographs. Head back to HQ. Just give us another 30 minutes. The men say they want to at least give the children a proper burial.
They're Erusian. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here?
It's all crazy.
Destroyed.
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship at the munitions depot is highly combustible.
Get them away.
You're with us. Can you see the enemy APC from there? Our guys even took out the enemy's air support. What do we do now? Into the tank!
Target destroyed. Allied retreat looks good.
Don't pursue too deep. We just need to buy some time. Hold them at bay until Operation Feeding Time.
I count 12 dead bodies here.
Move them away from the mass driver.
Take it off into a class. Good points nearby so they could be researchers and their family. Most likely, they were involved with Zelka.
Destroying crap? High shit.
We're taking fire from multiple enemy tanks!
An explosion inside! Continue the countdown. Do the countdown! There's still one arsenal bird left. Fighting camp. Use cameras to track the supply ships. Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. If you think we're done for.
Getting the landing craft! Many thanks, Longcaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
We did it! We're moving out! Leave the jet behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly.
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind. Strider 1, target acquired.
This whole operation is crazy. Stop whining. That goes for a team. Two tanks left, but they're running on fumes and low on ammo.
Strider 1, missile launched.
We don't need you to beat them. Just delay their advance. Got it?
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
We're down to less than half our vehicles. This isn't looking good. We need help. Bring all the injured.
Strider 1, you've identified the unknown targets. ID complete. Strider 1, target destroyed.
Enemy on your back.
Missile. 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 Missile.
UAV confirmed destroyed.
Missile.
Don't let anyone other than a
Missile. Missile.
ID complete. Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase off the bogies! There's no way they're ours! Almost there! Commence operation no return! These are unguided. Stay on course. Let's just get it done with.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them. In gun range.
Missile. Caution. Pull up.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
It's no use. The enemy pilots outclass us.
Trigger, boss, get over here quick. Enemy on my tail.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Missile.
Ram 7 locked on target.
Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Heads up. These reinforcements are elite.
Locked on.
In gun range.
Launch control, this is flight leader. All systems ready. We are a go for launch.
Missile. Missile.
Launch control.
Missile.
Confirm launch readiness.
Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Speedy Time.
Missile.
Launch control. Roger that.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Enemy on my tail.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Only half the bombers remain. Can't let even one get away.
Missile. Missile.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Intercept those bombers.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Behind my target.
Missile.
Missile.
They knocked out Trigger!
Let's up retreating Osean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
bodies against the building. I don't think they were part of the fight. Get out of here. Like that, we're all lined up. We're as good as dead. No, they are not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here.
Fox 2.
Really don't want to take a time.
Missile.
That was a disaster. He's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence.
Missile.
Calling friendly birds. Take out the hostiles in our area. Get us out of this hellhole. We need help while we're still up and running. Count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Our last vehicle has been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving. Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point. I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly. I just have the photograph. We'll head back to HQ. Give us another 30 minutes. The men say they want to at least put the children in the proper area.
Don't pursue too deep. We just need to buy some time. Open the bay until operation feeding time. Pull them away from the mass driver.
PC destroyed.
They're Erusian. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here? It's all crazy people.
Push them back. Fire us on. See the enemy APC from there?
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship at the munitions depot. It's highly combustible. Can we flank the enemy and strike them from behind?
We're moving out. Leave the jet behind. We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly. I count 12 dead bodies here. There seems to be upper middle class. The big boys nearby say could be researchers and their family. Most likely, they were involved with Delta. Our guys even took out the enemy gear support. What can we do now? Send in the tank!
Allied retreat looks good.
Right now.
Roger. Enemy has a lock on you. Chaff and flares launched.
You hear us? We're taking fire from multiple enemy tanks! Get in the landing craft! Many thanks, Lancaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
We can't afford to take any more damage. Get out there and do something!
Not bad at all, Trigger.
Strike 1, target destroyed.
Our only ally is the Russian government forces.
We're down to less than half our vehicles. This isn't looking good. We need help. Bring all the injured.
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Caution.
Strata 1, target acquired.
Bring the anti-tank missile. Hit that heavy armor at the front line. Don't stop!
Trigger, we can't afford friendly fire.
Thanks, but will we make it in time?
A landing ship is waiting for you.
Right, we leave them wounded. This will guarantee us the one-way ticket to hell. Pretty sure we're there already.
An explosion inside! Continue the countdown. Enemy's not stupid. We're after the supply ship. Do the countdown! There's still one arsenal bird left. If we can kill it from bombs, then Russia will have a fighting chance. Use cameras to track the supply ships. Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. If it's hit, we're done for.
Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Strutter 1, missile launched.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. You should be fine.
targets. Identify them.
Visual. Like an eagle.
Grenade locked on.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't.
Missile.
We're gonna drop them all.
Missile. Missile.
Launch control, this is flight leader. All systems ready. Ready to go for launch.
Missile.
Launch control. The enemy's closing. Confirm launch readiness. Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Duty Time. Launch control. Roger that.
Missile.
Behind the enemy.
Missile. Missile.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile.
Strider 1. Fox 3.
Missile. Missile.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
Missile.
Missile hit.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Careful, those guys are good.
Missile away.
No eliminated co-conspirators also have point transfer for it.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Ram 8, behind my target.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Behind the enemy.
Missile. Missile.
This is Ram 7, Flash 2.
Missile. Missile.
Draw the enemy's attention here.
Missile.
Intercept those bombers.
One enemy.
Strider 1. Fox 2.
Missile.
Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away.
Missile. Missile.
They've taken out many of our aircraft. Extreme caution.
Missile. Missile.
The bombers are about to reach the island. Shoot them down now. Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Bombs away! Bombs away! Radicals and Oceans can burn in hell.
Carpet bombing? They can't be serious. How many do they think they'll kill? We've lost contact with the Oceans on the island. We failed. Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
There's more over here. Bodies of dead civilians. I don't think they were part of the fight. Look at that, they're all lined up. No, they are not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. If you see 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone. Watch your back! Fire! Fire away!
The last vehicle's been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly! I can guess what happened here, but I really don't want to think about it. That was Russian bastards. It's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence. I just got the photograph. We'll head back to HQ soon. Give us another 30 minutes. The men standing water with women and children in proper barracks.
They're each other. Is this the norm around here? It's all crazy people.
Right now. Can you hear us? We're taking fire from multiple enemy tanks!
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship is a munitions depot. It's highly combustible.
Missile.
Our guys even took out the enemy near support. Where are we going now? Get in the tank!
Allied retreat looks good.
Missile.
Go with us! See the enemy APC from there? We're moving out! Leave the jet behind! We'll come back to this island one day. Send them off properly. Heavy armor at the front line.
Don't pursue too deep. We just need to buy some time. Special security. Hold them at bay until operation feeding time. Move them away from the mass driver.
Enemy on your back.
Three strikes.
I count 12 dead bodies here. They seem to be upper middle class. Streetport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved with Delta. Getting the landing craft! Many thanks, Longcaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
We're outnumbered, taking heavy losses. We can't even run. The enemy will shoot us in the back.
Target was not struck. Trigger, ID your targets before attacking.
Enemy on your back.
It's the Ocean military.
Don't they know they're on the same side?
We'll be firing at each other.
This is AWACS Longcaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire! Confirmed. The info is from Allied AWAC. Hold your fire! Roger. Where are we supposed to leave? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out.
An explosion inside. This is the countdown. The countdown. There's still one arsenal bird left. If we can deliver them with bombs, then Arusio will have a fighting chance. Use cameras to track the supply ships. Don't fight with your back to the supply ship. If it's hit, we're done for.
It's the enemy's position! Speak up! The artillery fire's been a number on my hearing.
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind. Fox 2.
We don't need to defeat them. Just delay their advance. Got us. Fox 2. Our tank commander's down! Taking fire! We're pinned down!
Echo 13. 2 tanks left, but they're running on fumes and low on ammo.
Target acquired.
Trigger has destroyed the target.
ID complete.
We're down to less than half our vehicle. This is looking good. We need help. Bring over your drink.
Wait, multiple bogeys from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogeys. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase off the bogies! There's no way they're ours! Almost there. Commence operation no return! These are unguided. Stay on course.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogeys. Identify them.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers, or they'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
Ready, Fox 2. They've taken out many of our aircraft. Use extreme caution.
Trigger, boss, get over here quick.
Enemy on your back.
Missile.
Target locked.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Missile.
Launch control, this is flight leader. All systems ready. Go for launch. This is launch control. The enemy is closing. Confirm launch readiness.
Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Feeding Time.
Launch control, roger that.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time. Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Strider 1 was shot down.